What goodies you bring to Gluttonous Blatter? You ask me for the moon's tear? I will trade it to you, if you get me 42 treasures that I covet, scattered far and wide. What's that? You defeated Cravenly the Hunter, and the Baleful Empress, and the Brood Mother? Okay, I will tell you, Spellbinder. Don't feed me to the humongo frogs. The moon's tear was lost in the abyssal cave, in Tyrian Gorge, the blackest pit in Chrysalis. Now take your threats and your wand and leave me be. Ask that cold-blood Zaltana how to find the abyssal cave.
Spellbinder, it intrigues me to see you again so soon. The Shadow Queen orders us to watch for a wizard from Wizard City. She said this one pains her and disturbs her composure. The Shadow Queen offers unimaginable reward for any warlord or servant who brings her the wizard's wand. Or head. Either. Both. I admit, I can imagine quite a lot. It is unlucky for me, then, that I know only you, Spellbinder, but no wizards. I assume you delivered the moon's crown to the satisfaction of the Brood Mother. News from the apiary has been limited. Tell me no more. You search for the abyssal cave now? It lies deep within Tyrian Gorge. Speak once again to Captain Kator Giral.
Oh, you stink of roach slime. Or is that the smell of Bastion's traitor? Any luck finding Cornelius? No. Pity. Okay, now why are you back here? The Abyssal Cave. Haha, you do like to tour the Badlands, don't you? It's very dark in there. Very dark. Crystal geodes might light it up nicely if you cracked a few and let them loose. My men like to crunch on them. Good for the gizzard. You'll have to rustle the 100-leggers for him. Haha, good luck. Oh, you stink of crystal geodes. Actually, they smell pretty good. Give me one. Oh, I hit the spot. To reach the Abyssal Cave, you'll have to pass through the Milkweb Gate. You remember how sticky that stuff is? The Sky Screamers have a special potion, an unguent, which lets them slip through like slime off a roach's back. Go ask the Sky Screamers to give you a vial of unguent. I'm sure they'll hand it over if you give them good reason, no? Whoa! You stink of unguent! The Abyssal Cave lies down a narrow path not far past the Milkweb Gate. Search its inky depths for the Moon's Tear, but beware. Something terrifying lives in the black.
You open the stopper on the vial. You pour the unguent all over yourself. It really does stink. You hope it gets you through the Milkweb Gate. Ah, the glory of being a wizard. You crack open the crystal geodes. They flare up with a soft light, and you release them to float ahead of you.
Shadow Spawn, we will not let you pass!
Servant of Shadow, the Fifth Column will never forget and never surrender.
The Shadow Queen may have destroyed us, but our spirits still oppose her.
You are not a child of Shadow. You fight against the Shadow Queen?
We took the moon's tear to keep it from the Shadow Queen. We brought it to this terrible place, and it cost us our lives. You may have it with our approval, but it lies deeper down, stolen from us by something ancient and more dangerous. Shadow Fighter, if you free our material remains from the webs, we would be thankful.
You untangle the body from the web. It crumbles to dust, but you hear a joyful whisper on the wind. And then another sound, hot, mean, and hungry.
A dream of light comes here to these plumbless depths. A light in the dark. A child under an endless, starless sky. I was here before the first world was broken. Ever since Grandmother Raven locked the shadows away. I am named Atlas Ling, Webmaker, Light Drinker, Ghost Spider. Is it time to shake off the chains of sleep? To stretch my web to the world above? To drink deep of the hot, salty blood?
A cold chill runs down your spine as you sense a strange, shadowy aura surrounding this one. What kind of magic will he command?
Light child, no more! No more! Your light, it burns!
In the middle of the ghost spider's web, you find a glowing blue teardrop that radiates with moon magic. This must be the moon's tear.
Young wizard, you overcame an ancient spirit of darkness and hunger. Very well done, if I do say so myself. Now, you hold a fragment of near-perfect moon magic. But you will have to find a way to reforge the moon's crown so it is whole once more.
Whoa! You stink of ghost spiders. You need to repair the moon's crown. That kind of thing is beyond my expertise. I'm more about digging and blowing things up. You know, burrowers used to be very good at glasswork and crystal making. Perhaps you could capture one and interrogate him.
Or maybe you could just ask Eleazar Fireblade.
Spellbinder, the tale of your defeat of the Brood Mother has become legend. Our people still fight the Yellow Jackets, but we have heard the Bee Queen wishes to parley. Now, what can I help you with? You need an expert glass shaper. I know just the fellow. Chihuly is a brilliant artisan, though a touch eccentric. Chihuly Glass Shaper has a shop here in Peppergrass Nook. He will do whatever it takes to hurt the Umbra Legion.
And who might you be? Spellbinder, you? I can't see much out of this one good eye, but you certainly don't convey much power or grace. Battle of Bees? I heard something about a stranger helping Dorian Brighteyes in his valiant efforts. That was you? Really? What are you pestering me for? You have the moon's crown and need it fixed. Let me see whatever bauber you picked up by mistake. Wait, where did you get this? This truly is the moon's crown. Perhaps you are who you say you are. All right, I will help you. But you'll have to help me. I've lost many of my tools. Blue Razors stole my shears, and Flame Legs took my pot furnace. Not bad. My tools are not ordinary, as you might have surmised. Good tools are critical, and the Moon's Crown is a relic of the old times. Because of that, we'll need a special fuel to burn hot enough for us to do our work. The night flames in Camp Havoc carry dragon beetle pods. I think they chew on them. You'll need to get a handful. Be careful with those dragon beetle pods. They'll burst into flames if you so much as drop them. We have what we need. I haven't done this in a long time. Not since I received my beauty mark, a gift from the Umbra Legion. Normally, my apprentices do the physical labor, but this requires extreme patience and an experienced touch. It worked! I never imagined I'd see this day. It'll be a small part of history. Now what are you going to do with it? Take it to the Bee Queen? I'd heard rumors that she was no longer a monster. You're doing? All right. I'll trust you.
Spellbinder, I grew worried about you. You've brought the restored Moon's Crown? Amazing! Spellbinder, the task before us is to take back the Eclipse Tower. It has been under the Shadow Queen's sway for far too long. If we are successful, we will not only restore Bastion, but deal the Shadow Queen a great blow. Go to the edge of Celestial Lake and use the moon's crown at the carved relief to summon the Moonlight Bridge. Ascend to the tower. Address the guardian spirits within and hope they are eager to shed the Shadow Queen's chains. Without their help, we may never triumph.
You raise the moon's crown and face the relief. Mana sparkles across the carving. There's a shimmer and hum, and the Moonlight Bridge is summoned. It is truly magnificent.
Who dares come unbidden to the Eclipse Tower? Dominion of the Lady of Spiders, the Dark Woman, the Shadow Queen. I do not know your name, and I see no badge of the Umbra Legion upon you. I am compelled to destroy you for the Shadow Queen. Wait, what is that you bear? The moon's crown? Can it possibly be true? Are you here for some noble purpose? By the new moon, the charms upon me fade in the moonlight. I have little power here, due to the Shadow Queen's corruption. But I can direct you. Travel up the tower and free Sophia Darkside. She is the true caretaker of this place.
You trespass in the halls of the Eclipse Tower. Your blood will stain the sacred halls of the moon.
You have released us from our eternal watch. Thank you.
There is strange magic at work here, something you've only felt once before, when you faced Atlach Ling, the ghost spider. The floor and walls seem to waver around you.
You, the light
Deathbringer! The guardians of this place were powerless to stop us as we dragged the moon into the shadow. The Shadow Queen placed me here to oversee this relic of the old times. I know its every secret. I've been here so long, so very long. No one ever comes to visit. I have no idea what happens outside these walls. No matter! You have no idea what horrors I am about to show you. Maybe the Shadow Queen will summon me to her palace. to you? You? Seriously? At least I can finally see the world once more, after a fashion.
Free after so long, trapped in that form, to whom do I owe my freedom? Spellbinder, can you help me restore the Moon Shrine? The Shadow Weavers stripped me of my power, and I have not the strength. You have driven out the Shadow Queen's corruption. I feel my power returning.
Astounding! You freed Sophia Darkside and ousted Ravik Dreamscape, who dominated the Eclipse Tower for generations. We will support you however we are able, Spellbinder. Sophia Darkside would like to teach you about this place.
Tell me the state of the spiral. I have lost so much time. Spellbinder, when you faced Ravik Dreamscape, you surely noticed a unique form of magic that he used in the duel. When the Shadow Queen conquered the Eclipse Tower, she allowed shadow magic to flow in and corrupt the moon magic. Now the two are forever intertwined in this place. Moon magic is about changing forms, but shadow magic is about rebuilding reality. Shadow magic is dangerous and was forbidden throughout the spiral, but you must learn it if you wish to fight legends. Ascend the Eclipse Tower again. You will see new threats, but may expand your mind. It is my honor to teach you. I dearly hope you survive. Shadow magic was forbidden by Grandmother Raven and the great tree Bartleby, for it touches the true essence of the spiral. It can take things apart and put them back together. It can heal, it can hurt, but it is easy to lose yourself in the process. One might say that Morganth's mind shattered after the Spider Magi showed her how to touch shadows, or maybe she was born bad. Your first challenge is to overcome an embodiment of your past victories and failures. Witness your nightmare. You overcame and cured Yashi, the Aztecan spirit of the land, and yet you were unable to save Azteca from Xibalba and the Shadow Queen. Now you face a fragment of the past, a nightmare of failure, and a shadow of the land. Overcome it, or be destroyed.
Shadow is the cruelest art, breeding shapes out of a formless mist, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull thoughts with fervid mana. I will show you fear in a handful of spells. Listen to the thunder of the sky. Give, sympathize, control. Listen to the thunder of the land. Peace, peace, peace.
Well done, Spellbinder. You have freed yourself from the chains of the past. Continue your ascent. Shadow magic enhances your skills and strategies. It flows with your repertoire of spells and builds to new effects. But every shadow spell carries the risk of backlash. You could very well be the instrument of your own defeat. Now, show me how well you know your magic. Prove that you are a true Promethean wizard before I let you touch the other side of reality. You fight like a child of the Titans, Spellbinder. You are a child of light and the light bringer, but now you are also a child of shadow. You have done very well, Spellbinder. It is my honor to teach you how to inscribe a shadow magic spell into your repertoire. We have reclaimed the Eclipse Tower. Let us send a signal to the Shadow Queen that you are more than ready for her. Place the moon's crown on the Lunar Warden statue and watch how Morganth's terrible curse unravels.
The purified moon magic sweeps over the land like a rushing tide, restoring to life what Morganth once changed to inert crystal.
With Bastion restored to its ancient glory, perhaps it can once again serve as a stronghold for light. You are a joy to watch. Head back to Bastion and see with your own eyes what you've achieved. Look for Una Moondancer, who was once advisor to the king.
Hello. Do you know what happened here? My goodness. By the new moon, so much has changed. But there is work to do. Quickly, Spellbinder, where is the king? Do you know any who might know what happened to King Ulrich?
Zaltanna does seem to be the resident expert on Bastion's history and the current state of affairs. You aren't sure how Zaltanna and Una will get along. Maybe you had better ask and then return with the answer.
King Ulrich Fatesailor. He was killed in the final days of the siege of Bastion. His son, Ulrich Whitewolf, was driven into exile. That Ulrich died in a skirmish war. His daughter, Cymmeril Rogesword, was queen for many years until her son became king. Pyatt Morningsword became the nominal king of the Burrowers. He was captured by the Broodmother some months back. Why do you ask? I will let you bring Una Moondancer back up to speed. Spellbinder, I've heard. Search on the walkway that overlooks the Arcane Colossus. Can you investigate whether he is a friend or foe?
So many lost kings and queens. This Mantis whom you just spoke to, Zaltana the Mirror Mask, how closely does she serve the Shadow Queen? Do you think you can enlist her aid in finding King Pyatt, or will force be a necessary motivator?
And so it comes to this, Spellbinder. Cards must be revealed, masks stropped, secrets laid bare. Whom do you serve, wizard? The Council of Light. I cannot speak to that. I hear only distorted echoes and half-forgotten words. But let us say I have known something of your agenda since you arrived, and I have supported you, after my fashion. I am the one known as Cornelius. Although I was born across the Starfall Sea and raised under the aegis of the Shadow Queen, I have long sought other answers. I was found by the Fifth Column, a secret force who opposed the Shadow Queen. My role was to stay in Bastion, hidden but visible. I was to help the Burrowers and to watch for the one who would bring light to the dark places. At the moment, I suspect this is you. However, if I am wrong, by coming out I risk the unending depths of the Shadow Queen's rage. I very much hope it is you. To the task at hand. After what you've done, I'm sure Queen Sabina will help you find the lost Mouse King.